Hi, welcome to this video. My name is Eduardo Lina. I am a teacher of English and the developer and facilitator of this workshop. I hope you enjoy it. This video is about Moodle and what we, teachers of English, can do with Moodle for blended learning and for home learning.
Hi, my name is Alice. I am a teacher of English as a foreign language in Israel. I use Moodle to teach my learners and help them learn in and out of class. With Moodle, I have my courses online at all times. I can teach something in class and then have my learners practice and even be tested on Moodle. I can upload multiple types of content out of the box: assignments, chat, forum, glossary, quiz, wiki, audio and video, files, PDFs, Word, Excel, etc., and more. All this is available for my learners 24/7. I can set up a date and time to share, teach, and discuss any topic with my learners. This allows my pupils the ability to ask me questions and get feedback from me right away online. I can share content with the whole class, create separate groups and share different content with different groups, or even on a one-on-one basis, depending on my needs. Using Moodle, I can do many wonderful things. It is also easy to use once you learn how to do things on Moodle. The more you practice, the easier it gets to work with Moodle, and that applies to both teachers and learners. Now you know why Moodle is the best learning management system there is. It is time now to know how you can utilize Moodle features to make your course. Follow me to learn how to use Moodle to make a difference. You are going to love it. Once you start using Moodle, you will not want to go back.
Meet Maria. Maria is an educator at Orange Academy, teaching a variety of courses including media studies, economics and history. Because she uses Moodle, her learners can easily access these courses, check their progress and see what they need to do. Maria teaches her courses in English, but Moodle works in over 100 languages. She and her learners are able to quickly talk to each other in Moodle and stay in touch through the messaging and notification functionality. Maria gets her learners to share ideas in forums, engages them with media, and uses quizzes to check their understanding. They can submit assignments on the go from their smartphones, and Maria can comfortably grade them wherever she chooses. Moodle's tools help Maria inspire and support her learners. Moodle is used in every country in the world by educators just like Maria, in K-12 classrooms and higher education institutions. Moodle is also widely used for training, professional development and inductions in many organisations and businesses of various sizes. There are hundreds of millions of Moodle users globally, and this number keeps rising. What makes Moodle the world's open source learning platform is our commitment to open processes and development, build and support together with a huge and diverse global community of users. Our mission is to empower educators like Maria with powerful, flexible tools that will contribute to and are resulting in improvements to our world. Explore the various ways to get started with your own Moodle site at moodle.com.
Moodle is a free online learning management system that enables educators to create their own private website filled with dynamic courses that extend learning anytime, anywhere. You can install Moodle for free on your own server or ask a Moodle partner to help set up a site for you. Once it's running, you can easily create online courses using our hundreds of built-in features. upload your content, add gradable assignments and quizzes, and then add collaborative activities like forums, wikis or glossaries to make online learning scalable, effective and fun. Because our code is truly open source, you can further tailor your site with a huge variety of community-produced plugins or create your own new features. The Moodle platform is robust with over 10 years of development behind it. And today, more than 70,000 universities, corporations and schools in over 200 countries and 100 languages trust Moodle for their online learning needs. Moodle, powerful free tools to help you educate the world.
Open education technology like Moodle means that schools...
The pandemic has forced online learning into the spotlight. At its peak, there were 1.6 billion learners affected.
Users of the Moodle platform almost doubled during this time.
Many educators who were new to education jumped into video conferencing, but they're now realising they need solutions to manage the full learning process.
The Moodle community has been doing this for 20 years already.
2/3 of the world's universities use Moodle, as well as countless schools and businesses.
Even better, we do it with open education technology.
Open education technology like Moodle means that schools really can own their own platforms and customise them exactly to suit how they want to do things.
We can show the world what we know and really help empower educators to improve their education.
A Moodle Moot is a chance for the community to come together, to share best practice, to discuss these issues and to work together to change and improve the world.
Welcome to a video about using Moodle for blended learning and for home learning. We teachers of English in Israel can use Moodle to support teaching and learning in case of a pandemic outbreak or class suspension. The contents of this video are mostly based on the State of Israel Ministry of Education, Pedagogical Secretariat, Language Department, English Language Education teaching English in mixed ability classes, a booklet of practical suggestions. This video will show examples of how Moodle is the perfect venue to support our work as teachers. Moodle can help our pupils improve their English.
Well, let's start. Make sure you don't get into a rut of doing the same kind of thing all the time. A mixed-level class needs variation. Vary the topic. Actually, the textbook will probably do this for you. Most of our textbooks provide fairly varied topics, but you might find you need occasionally to introduce something different. Let's have a look at how you can do this with Moodle. Oh, please remember, I am sure you will come up with very good examples, too.
I really enjoyed She Codes. It's really good. We learn HTML, CSS and JavaScript. It's much more than I thought.
It's awesome to have this experience because She Codes gives the opportunity to women to learn how technology works, to develop things and turn our ideas in real things when coding.
Welcome to a new video. My name is Eduardo Lina and I am a teacher of English. Universities and colleges in Israel and elsewhere use Moodle to have their students study, practice, and even be tested. The use of Moodle among high school teachers in Israel is growing, but we do not use it as much as in universities. In this video, I will show you how you can use Moodle not just for blended learning, but also to teach your students, have them practice, and even be tested so that they can use the platform at a time when they cannot come to school for a lot of reasons. In other words, this is one example of how you can use Moodle to have your pupils study some subject and improve their vocabulary in English, because now I am focusing on English as foreign language for junior high and high school pupils. This is a very short mini course on innovation and high-tech in Israel. And the idea is to engage students both to be interested in the subject and to learn vocabulary. This can be done by uploading a number of activities that will enable your pupils to read in English, to listen to different speakers of English, and to interact with the platform so that they, our pupils, your pupils, can check how they have done, whether they have learned anything or not.
2 months, but already we formed synergies with companies that we would never have expected, just because we started chatting with them and asking them about their business. They asked us about ours. You can just open someone's door and start talking to them about what they do, and that is kind of the way ideas get exchanged, and in the end of the day, more ideas make for better products.
For every startup that succeeds in Israel is everyone's success here.
You don't see a lot of competition between Israeli startups. Their competition is actually overseas.
Using an H5P activity on Moodle enables pupils to learn and test themselves as they learn. I have created this H5P activity on my H5P account because it will be easier for me to let other teachers use this activity if they want to. Notice that students can check their progress right away. It is possible to engage pupils by asking them questions directly, questions that may relate to their own lives, teach vocabulary using different means, and also make girls aware of the possibility that they have a place in high-tech, that high-tech is not meant for boys only. This is what I am trying to do with this unit. Work on vocabulary, try to engage pupils, get them to see the possibility of finding a place in high-tech. If they are girls, even more so, too. I have made it a point to add content that is authentic. In other words, content that comes from the real world, and yet I have emphasized those words that may be very important for students to learn. This is then a unit that can be given to students at a time when they cannot come to school for a number of reasons, as I have said, or when a teacher wants to give some extra work. Teach something and have your students practice and be tested. And the type of test will depend on you. You can also use Moodle to deliver a message.
Using Moodle, you can vary the classroom organization. Some students really like group work. Others hate it. Some prefer to work individually. Some like to have teacher-led frontal sessions. So, make sure you use different kinds of interaction during a lesson and over a set of lessons.
haven't told many people this, but in my head, I've got thousands of secret worlds all going on all at the same time. I'm also autistic. People tend to diagnose autism with really specific checkbox descriptions, but in reality, there's a whole variation as to what we're like. For instance, my little brother.
Using Moodle you can vary material. You will probably use the textbook most of the time. That's fine, but get away from it sometimes and use other kinds of materials too. Board-based activities, yarn worksheets, computer exercises, pictures, games, teacher talk. Students can get bored if the materials is clearly too difficult or too easy, or is routine stuff they've done lots of times before. When students are interested, you can see it immediately. They engage with the task voluntarily and actively, and clearly enjoy themselves doing so. Here are some ways of keeping them interested.
Final plans for Israel's new Knesset have been completed. The new parliament was financed by a legacy left for this purpose by James de Rothschild. It will be finished by 1961.
Good morning. Today we're going to talk about theme parks, and we're going to hear from Andy Wells, who has written a guide to theme parks around the world. Welcome to the programme, Andy.
Hi, it's good to be here.
You really have a dream job, don't you, Andy? Flying around the world all the time, visiting adventure parks.
Well, yes, it's pretty exciting, but it's really hard work too, you know?
I bet. So, what's the #1 theme park in the world?
That all depends what you're looking for. In terms of numbers, it has to be Magic Kingdom at Disney World in Florida, the most famous theme park. But the most popular park for people who like adventure rides is Cedar Point in Ohio, USA. It has the biggest number of roller coasters in one park, 17, and 3 water rides. There are lots of other attractions too. Last year, they introduced 50 animatronic dinosaurs. You know, life-size models that move and look real.
Cool. Have they got anything lined up for this year?
As people stay home to help stop the spread of the new coronavirus, many are using video calling services to stay connected to the outside world. Today, we examine some of the top technology tools designed to help improve communication for learning, work, and social life.
You've probably heard of Slack. Your friend Brianna from soccer practice told you about it. She loves Slack.
Oh, I love Slack. I use it for everything at work.
Brianna works at the Daily News doing newspaper things. You probably know that Brianna uses Slack to send private messages to her colleagues.
But there's a lot more to it than that.
In fact, most of her company's work gets done in public channels. Channels
You can certainly do all that using Moodle for blended learning and engage your pupils when using Moodle for home learning. You can test your pupils too.
If you're a junior high school teacher or a high school teacher, you know that you won't be able to teach all the lessons that you have according to your schedule. So what can you do with Moodle to help your pupils learn, review, and test themselves on those things that you won't be able to teach fully face-to-face? Moodle can be of help here. Welcome to a new How to Use Moodle in the English Classroom video. If you have requested your Moodle sites from the Ministry of Education, you will be able to see the ones that you have. If you haven't done so yet, do it. I want to show you how I can use Moodle to work on a summer's reading, focusing on vocabulary, but not only. Remember that Moodle comes in Arabic, English, and Hebrew. So select the language, and I will use English. Since I teach at Kugel High School, I will show you how I use Moodle with my classes at Kugel using Moodle Mashov. But I will also show you how to use the same stuff on this Moodle platform of the Ministry of Education. Don't worry about the name of the course here, 12th grade 5-point English, because I have chosen this platform just to show you the example of how to work with Moodle. I have imported everything that I had on a summer's reading from Moodle Mashov into the Moodle of the Ministry of Education. Allow me to start with Moodle Mashov first. Just like the Moodle site at the Ministry of Education, you can have all your courses available so that you can use stuff that you uploaded even a few years ago with Moodle of the Ministry of Education. It'll be this year, but you will be able to use the stuff next year as well. I can use whatever I have created and uploaded into a Moodle course in another one simply by importing the content from one course into another. Accordingly, notice that I uploaded this in 2016 with a youth class. I worked on a summer's reading and on a few other items. Now, this time I'm working on a summer's reading, and there are some things that are available to pupils because I'm working with that now, and some things that are hidden from my students because I will be using that later. Please remember, both on Moodle Mashov and on the Ministry of Education's Moodle sites, the Turn Editing On button is very important, just like this is very important, where you can see how your pupils see the stuff that you upload by taking the role of a student. And now you see that this is what I have made available to my students on Moodle Mashov. Since my focus here is on the Moodle platform of the Ministry of Education, allow me to show you the buttons that I showed you on Mashov and how you work on them with this platform. I have switched my role into the role of a student. Now, this platform doesn't have much because I have only uploaded here the stuff related to a summer's reading. I have returned to the role of a teacher, and this is the other button. So, since sometimes my lessons are canceled because there are other activities going on at school, I try to use Moodle to support my teaching of the story and of vocabulary. To do so, I used a few resources and activities, Moodle resources and Moodle activities, to help me teach my students.
My name is George. This is my home.
Here they are. I have created a Moodle page where I give credits for the contents that I have uploaded here. There are some pre-reading activities. I don't use just those in the book, but I have uploaded a Moodle page to explain what a summer reading is. I have used a Moodle activity called Quiz to get my students to write a few things about the author. Of course, they will have to find information by themselves. Then there's the required reading, and I want to help my students read this story even when we are not in a face-to-face meeting. And I have gotten a few YouTube videos with recordings of this story.
Reading Bernard Malamud, Part 1. George Stoyanovich was a neighborhood boy who had quit high school on an impulse.
Recordings are also available on the Ministry of Education's website, so I could put a link here. Thanks to Judith Weinstein for her help. It is very important to get the students to understand the background, so you might explain what the American dream is. While you could do it in class, you can use a Moodle book, just like I have done, and use a video to do that. You may even want your students to react to that and explain, in their own words, what the American dream is. Notice that they don't have to be in school to do that, or in class. They can do it at home. You can work on vocabulary, and here is something that I have taken from the Ministry of Education's website. You're probably familiar with all this. I have just created a Google presentation just in case I want to use it in class, but my students can see this at home. Notice please that the section on vocabulary is hidden from my students now, but of course I can change that and make it available. I can show this to my students now, they can see it. And we're talking about vocabulary lists that have to do with a summer's reading. I uploaded them as PDF. I want my students to work on vocabulary, so I created a glossary with the terms that I want my students to learn. And out of that glossary, I created a few Moodle games. These are Moodle games. But of course, you don't have to do the work all by yourself. Using a Moodle resource called Moodle URL, you can upload anything that is suitable and that is available to you in the internet. For example, a Quizlet. You don't need to use only one. You may want to use another one. And then you might want your pupils to have a vocabulary quiz, which I created on Moodle. And of course, you can create your own vocabulary quiz. Remember that Quizlet also has the possibility of letting you test your pupils on whatever you have on that Quizlet. I may want my students to read a summary, so I uploaded that. But you see, this is hidden from my students. And then there's a written summary just in case I want them to see, and I have used a Moodle resource called Book because it has more than one page. These are the pages, so you have characterization and the other stuff as well. Do you want to use Kahoot with your pupils? You don't have to remember the link. You just upload it on Moodle and you play it from Moodle. Would you like to have a bridging text to context on Moodle? You may have your students do something here. I have uploaded a Moodle resource called URL where I give them that bridging text and context, and it appears on a flip snack. So this is a digital book. Notice the great work that this fellow teacher has done, and I can use it in my Moodle course. I can have a post-reading assignment on Moodle as well. And notice that this is also the work of a fellow teacher.
Dear students, your post-reading assignment is as follows.
Imagine you are George Stoyanovich 10 years after the story ends. Tell us what's going on in your life, how it has changed. For this, create and design your vocab, type or record your speech, and then share your vocab's link on the forum, which is called Post Reading.
Undoubtedly, Hela has done a great job. Now you may want your pupils to remember how to work and how to write. So you might have in Moodle something that has to do with improving writing. So what is the advantage of using Moodle? You have everything in one place. Because Moodle is a portal to any e-learning resource or activity. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you see the advantages of using Moodle and learn to use it with your pupils. Goodbye.